Are we okay? We got to fucking... We've got to do the fucking shit that we for fucking drug abuse. No! No! Are you listening? Oh, you're gonna like this. You're really gonna fucking like this.
Sean here, and you have no idea how quickly I wanted to take the video down I posted last night. I just felt exposed and embarrassed and ashamed. I was afraid of what everybody would say. I didn't want anybody to know about it, but I felt if I shared it, it would give that video more impact. That just goes to reinforce what I was saying. It's not something you want to brag about or share for attention. It just makes me sick. And I hope anyone who heard it, I hope at least it helped you in some way. And if you didn't understand, maybe you understand a little bit more now. But that's not what we're talking about today. If you wanted to manipulate 87, the owner and proprietor of the Solo Chomo sex shop, the Cornville Condom Company, and the Trailer of Failure, all you have to do is follow 3 simple steps. And I feel like there should have been a video. Congratulations on purchasing your Lorne Armstrong simulator. The easiest way to control this dude, to manipulate him, you have to give him 3 things. You have to make it something of convenience. You have to make him feel important. And you have to make him feel in control. Some of the situations for him were expertly designed, and I don't know if they were having like a checklist that they were going off of, but I know they were designed to see what he would buy into. Just how gullible was he? You already had one thing going for you. He thinks he's the smartest man in the room, and that if he's willing to accept it, then it's fact. Nobody can convince him otherwise. Look no further than the catfish, the trolls, the scammers that got him to not only give them money to take out loans, but to write them a poem. Even when the robot was trying to tell him, Lorne, don't do this. Which the robot didn't have to do that, but it did. He didn't care. He wanted to keep going. If I was a scammer and I needed to get him to do what I wanted, I think within the first 2 minutes. No, better yet, if I was a scammer and I found somebody, you usually go out and look, okay, let me see what I can find on this guy. With him, they'd be on YouTube. Holy crap, look at all of this. And instantly they'd say what I just told you, the 3 keys to controlling him, to manipulate him. First, if you look at the TSA call, he loves to be the guy in the chair. I've told you this. He loves to be in the command center, running everything from his trailer in BFE Cornville. Butt naked, smoking a cigarette, drinking a Bud Light, on the phone with that stupid Bluetooth headset, his phone in his hand, desperately trying to get good reception. He wants to feel like he's Dr. Evil, Dr. Cornville. They did a good job when he first started. They made him feel important. It played to his ego, his vanity. They started telling him, I think it was Emma, oh, you're so sexy, you're so hot. The reason everybody wants to mess with you is because you're so hot and they're jealous. You have such a nice body. And Lorne would try to play cute. Oh, stop with all the sexual stuff. And I'm not sure if it's when he found out that she was Hispanic, but that might have been it for him. Well, I like Hispanic people. I just don't want to date one. I don't know what his reasoning was, but he loved it. God, he loved that attention. And he started wearing those stupid tank tops, putting his workout videos out because he probably believed that everybody, including celebrities, wanted to have a body like him with a back and a butt that don't have a division. They just kind of go together. That it looks like someone took a clay figure, left it out in the sun, and started melting. It looks like God was creating a human figure, and he's like, you know what, it's lunchtime. You know what, it's good enough. Peace, I'm out. How come everybody in this circle sends my calls directly to voicemail? You. The way he talks, I know I'm not the greatest speaker. I do. I understand that. I don't understand. What do you understand that? Cold-hearted. Lorne, at the time of the TSA call, you had his girlfriend, the crackhead sex addict, who was seeing aliens and completely whacked out of her mind. And what was Lorne concerned about? Please get here. Get her on the plane. Emma, go ahead and pay for a plane ticket out of your pocket. Just escort her here so she can come out to my mold-filled trailer and I can lock the doors and the windows for her own safety, of course. All of this from his command chair in his trailer of failure with that stupid Bluetooth headset on, giving directions, coordinating all the efforts. No matter what happened during that call, Lorne was the man. He felt like he was Dr. Cornville, like I said, and he was controlling it all. And there's that word again. Control. Give him control, make it feel important, and make sure it's convenient for him. It was an inconvenience for Emma to spend that money and come out there, but it was convenient for Lorne because now he would have like an air marshal, Emma, escorting his prisoner, I think it was Casey, out to his trailer. He didn't have to do a damn thing except make a phone call. So what happens when you take it away? Well, we've seen it with Ramona. When he's screaming at her on a voicemail that he's not going to pay for her trip out there. It's all going to be on you. You take that away, and he gets angry and violent, and he gives out those ultimatums that we talked about. So with Lorne and his bipolar, he's riding that crest. And when you're on a downswing, you feel out of control. And I say that word with Lorne because that's what it's all about. I feel out of control when I'm on a downswing. If I don't have my medication within a certain period of time, like if it's over a day, I really feel it. And I start getting paranoid and I was so confused. Not really confused, but displaced, hollow, sort of. And Lorne, I'm sure he gets that feeling too. He just doesn't know what it is. But they do. These catfish women do. Because what they do is they put him in these situations to make him jealous, and they take those three things away, because now Lorne has to put in effort to change. He has to put in effort to try to understand. That's an inconvenience to him. They take away his importance because now there's somebody else there. Get that son of a bitch out of our lives. His jealousy, he wants them all gone. We're looking at the core of why all this stuff happens. And of course, control. When he says, call Emma, because that's his last resort. When Winnie's like, here, lick it, look. And he's screaming, no, Winnie, you stupid bitch, I'm breaking up with you. Because it's taken away from him. All he can do is yell and scream. All he can do is be a complete jackass, say Xavier put you up to that? Well, I wouldn't have to say that if you didn't do this. He's in a constant battle with himself. How do I make myself feel important? How do I put myself in control? I know, accusations, emotionally assaulting them, keeping them in an emotional prison. They're already in a prison. As I've said, their own addictions are a self-made prison. Lorne just has to take the keys away from them. Now, thank God these aren't real women, because if they were, they would be prisoners. And like I said, had Casey gotten out there, gotten off the plane, gotten in his house, doors locked, windows locked, she wouldn't have been able to go anywhere for her own safety, as he told Debbie he would do to Winnie. These scammers that we've heard so much about, that we've heard from Heelborn/Reborn/ Blankborn Entertainment, whatever, he's the new hotness. Everybody loves him. Klaba will always be king of the airwaves, but Reborn, Heelborn, new hotness. So a lot of people are following him, and I am too. I want to know about what's going on. So we started talking about the scammers, right? And I realized if I was a scammer and I found this guy and I got him on the hook, what would I do? I would research him, because that's what they do. The social engineering, everything these hackers use, the people trying to get into your building, trying to bypass security, they do all of these techniques. That's another video entirely, Jesus. They could go out and find everything they needed to on Lorne, and the first thing they would do is like, wow, we just need to make this guy feel like he's important, because when you do, he starts giving you things, because now he wants to show you, well, you've admitted that I'm important, so now I can offer you these gifts. I'll write a poem for the scammers. You heard me correctly. I heard that on a Klaba stream, I don't think I've heard the calls if they've been released yet, where even the robot is like, dude, you shouldn't be taking out these loans to give these people you don't know money. Your probation is telling you, dude, these people aren't real. Now you look back at Amanda James and she probably went, yeah, Lorne, you seem like a nice guy. Oh yeah, what are you interested in? Dun 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 dun. Puts on his Dale Earnhardt Jr. cape, runs out in the street in his long johns, dun dun dun, humming the tune. He's running down to his nearest store. Y'all got any Dale Earnhardt Jr. shit? Buys it, runs back, mails it, probably borrows the money from Lorne or his mom to buy the postage, but I'm just saying, it doesn't take much to get what you want from him. So these scammers made him feel important. I think somebody said some bullshit about the mayor of Italy. I don't know. But I do know it's so easy to manipulate him. Give him the feeling of control. He's in charge of the website. We just need you. We need this money from you. We know you're in charge of this money. We need a weekend tax and we need this other stuff. Wow, Lorne, you're so smart. Tell him that. He's going to do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Lorne is a victim of his own stupidity. So of all of Lorne's victims, he's the biggest one. He's the one who's caused the most damage in his life. He's the one who put himself where he's at. Because he looks for ways that he can make himself important in somebody's life. He's always giving out advice. He's telling Casey, you need to get away from your dad. You need to stand up for yourself. Because he feels he's important. If you and I were talking, I might suffer from some of that too. I might give you advice. You got to remember those toxic people, especially Lorne, they'll be toxic in a manner that they think they're being helpful. They'll instantly come in and offer their advice on everything, overwhelm you with improvements you could make, and they think they're being helpful, but they're not. So when Lorne is yelling at Casey, he feels important about Paul. It's my body, Paul. He feels important, and he's justified in being that toxic and telling her what to do and being the man in the chair. Whenever he's on the phone, here's what we're going to do. Shut up, Winnie. Shut the fuck up. Here's what we're going to do. Winnie, you and Emma can talk. Me and Dan can talk. And you can only talk to the other person while the other person's on the phone. Meaning, they could only talk to the opposite sex if their boyfriend... God, I can't believe he uses that term. Boyfriend or fiance or Winnie's boyfriend / husband, who hopefully I will be on one of his streams. We've had some communication. Like I said, I don't expect the numbers on that stream to be worth a damn because it's me. It's not like it's, Cornville or Reborn, Clava, even a Great Batsby. I don't mean that in a negative way. She just doesn't stream as much as she used to. But what I'm saying is, I don't expect it to be big numbers, but we have been talking. But all the times he's on the phone, Lorne, and he's inserting himself into this bullshit, and he's trying to, like I said, control importance and convenience. Whatever they're doing has to be convenient for him. There will be no hard decisions. It will be, this is what I want. I don't want it to be anything else but what I want. And anytime I don't like it, that it's an inconvenience for me to have to sit around and worry about whether or not my crackhead coke addict girlfriend is going to be showing her cha-cha or what. I don't even know what he calls it. Something dumb. His pee-pee, as he called it to Kayla. I'm sure he has a stupid name because he says cunt and you showed your pussy, and he has no couth, no gumption. Lorne has no tact or bearing. And people can exploit that because they can see he doesn't have a lot of self-worth. He may put off that air. He may make himself seem more important than he is. Let me put it this way. My sister had a 4.0 in college, or one of his relatives. Let me put it this way. My so-and-so went to law school, or I know a lawyer. Lorne's importance. There it is. I know this is getting rambly, but there's so much to unpack with this guy, and I don't want to whip out the DSM. I don't want to whip out the manual, and I don't want to talk to anyone like I'm lecturing them. But Jordan's just going to be a damn lecture. Holy crap. But we're talking about Lorne, and we're talking about him tossing names around. I've seen it when I was an announcer for MMA, even as a journalist, people would toss names out. They would want to feel important. I caught myself doing it a few times, throwing out Dana White's name because at the time we were communicating. But it's a way to make yourself feel important, especially if you're in a new environment. And every time Lorne gets in a new environment, he starts spitting out who he knows, what he knows, and don't try and tell me, and I know what's really going on. Don't think I know don't know what's going on. If he says Xavier's Bacon Boy, Raptor Bacon is now is now Xavier. That's how his brain works. I make the facts. I'm in control of what the information is. And as long as things are convenient for me, and I don't have to do anything, everything's okay. But as soon as any of those three are broken, that's it. Lorne loses it. But this is my Thursday ramblings. I hope you appreciated the video last night. It's difficult to make, even more difficult to listen to today, because the weight and the gravity of what happened has now set in with me. And I fell for it. I look back and saw it as a great sexual experience. But now I look back and I realized I was used. And that this woman, she looked like everybody else. I mean, yeah, I told you she was like smoking hot and everything. And that was an easy trap. Predators use what you're weak against. And my vanity probably made me believe that this super hot woman was interested in me because of me, but she was just interested in young boys. So anyway, I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. I will see you in the next one.